Hello and welcome to Thursday. Now, I've been if you're here, you know that I'm a fan of the Pokemon series and I have been for literally since I can remember. Some of my first memories were with Pokemon Blue, and it's just a lifelong fan. Uh, and I'm still on this journey of trying to complete the living dex in every generation, and I'm working on it slowly. We're getting there. I really need to start Ultra Sun up, but um, kind of needed a game to kind of occupy my time. If I'm just traveling or just, I don't want to bring my 3DS out because I really don't. But if I want to bring my Analog Pocket out, I found a game that kind of fits that niche, and that would be Pokemon Emerald Seaglass. This is a ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald, and it's created in such a way that it kind of does Generation 2 graphics of Pokemon. So if you're familiar with Gold, Crystal, or Silver, you'll be right at home here. You'll see that it kind of looks very much out of a one of those games, and it's designed from the ground up to be like that. But with a whole ton of quality of life improvements, right? So you have base Emerald, and you're reliving that story. But if I go to the page for the hack, it says you get a bunch of stuff like a visual overhaul. So it's you're getting that Generation 2 aesthetic. You'll see a bit more Pokemon, so evolutions that come later, things like Weavile. You'll see some slight type modifications. So like Blastoise here, it says Water Steel as opposed to just pure water. Just more variety. You get the Fairy type, you get some moves. You get to see Pokemon follow you around, which is really neat. And just a bunch of other quality of life stuff. That's really, really cool. Generation 3 is definitely my favorite just because I have so much time spent in those games. Fire Red, it was probably my most played. And same with Emerald. Like, I really love Generation 3. And as much as I love Pearl and Platinum, and Gen 2, it's just Generation 3 was the one that I kind of have that the most fondness for, right? It's a really cool just personal game to me, and seeing it recreated here in that Generation 2 style is just so neat. And I really love that about the ROM hacking community in general, where they'll take games that are beloved or just have some really unique things about them and just make them into something greater. There's this game for the PlayStation that only released in Japan called Laika, I believe. And we were talking about it with some friends, and it's got some weird characters in it, but there's a translation patch, and I downloaded that and applied it, and it's a really, really neat survival horror kind of game, almost thing, like adventure game. I'll need to look more into it, but that seems like a really, really fun game, and I would have never known about it had I not seen a friend going through the manual and then being like, what is this? Is there a patch for this? And sure enough, there was. Another game that's been in history recently is Baseball 2000, where so much has happened with that game. It's really, really neat. But that was like a first-person shooter game on the Game Boy right here. And I don't think I have the hack here, but I can probably find something similar. No, I don't. But if I probably just have it. It's called Baseball 2000, and that would be not here. Oh, you know why? I know why. Because it's under Game Boy. Baseball 2000, yep. So this is a hack of the game called Baseball 2000, where and there's a better hack out there, but this one just Anyway, people have been making modifications to it because it's the only Game Boy game that allows you to play 16 players in a first-person shooter, and you know there's a bug in the code where they can only play 15 players. They fixed the bug. They fixed a bunch of issues, and they got this game working in such a way that, hey, we can finally play 16 players on this game that's insane. Crazy story. And that's really cool. I really love that about the gaming community and just ROM hacking community in general. It's so neat to see things like this, and it's wonderful to just be a part of this kind of history where, you know, people are breathing new life into these games and just showing off, hey, what if we remixed it in this tiny, tiny way, made this more accessible, or just made it better? I talked about Kirby and Kirby Dream Land DX or something. There's a hack of Kirby, and that was a wonderful game, and just seeing that in color, it was beautiful. There's tons and tons of games like this, and it's super, super neat to see. But yeah, I think I might put some time into Emerald Seaglass if I have a moment. So talking to some friends, and they're like, Ham Heartbreak, Golden Sun. It's like, yeah, I should probably play those, but too many games, too little time. We'll get to those in the future, but at some point. But yeah, I think let's run a call here for today. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then,